feel like we could do more. Taiwan could do more. And I said we there because, I live in Taiwan, guys. So I'm not Taiwanese, yes, but I live in Taiwan, and this is my second home.
Hey everyone, this is ABT Bro with Break Time, 休息时间 Talk with Damita.
Hey
So,
guys.
this is Damita.
Okay.
Where are you from?
Alright, so I'm from Belize. You know where Belize is, huh?
It's somewhere in South America, I think, right?
Not quite. Central America.
Central America.
Yeah,
It has to be more precise, right?
Yeah, we have to be specific. Yeah, specific. We're in the middle. That's some both words.
Oh. So what is Belize famous for?
Oh, what are we not famous for? That's the question.
Okay.
Okay. So this is a tough question because what are we famous for?
A few moments later.
What are we famous for? Okay, so we have the second largest barrier reef. Wait, let me correct that. The second largest living barrier reef.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. We have a blue hole. We're famous for our Mayan ruins as well.
Okay.
Yeah. We have beautiful beaches in Keys. And I think life in Belize is very simple, laid back, chill. I think you'll love it, Yeah.
So if you were to say a recommendation, how many days would a Taiwanese person be able to plan ahead for a trip to Belize?
To plan ahead. Maybe I would say maybe a month ahead, maybe.
A month ahead?
Yeah.
Okay. Because
Yeah.
most Taiwanese people are crazy.
Yeah.
They will plan 1 year ahead for a trip, any trip. That's amazing.
Yeah, to see the difference. To be honest, because Belize is very small.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't need that much, when it comes to planning. Because there's a lot to do, yes. But in terms of I think the only thing that would be an issue would be to buy your tickets ahead of time. Because since you're traveling from Taiwan, you have to transfer like probably 2 or 3 times depending on what ticket you get.
For sure.
And then go over. So I feel like if you want to get a ticket with let me see, affordable price, and that this is not business class, okay? So this is affordable, will probably be between 60 to 70K.
Oh, wow.
Probably, yeah, and that's if you.
That's in Taiwanese dollars.
Yes, 60. Yeah. So you'll need to book ahead. If not, like me, don't book 2 weeks before. You'll pay around 80 to 90K without planning. This is me because I'm going home, right? So I went home around December and I booked my ticket like in November, and I paid a lot.
Oh, wow.
And this was just economy, This is not like basic, right?
That's crazy.
Yeah, and you don't have enough leg space, when you're So imagine a 14 hours flight.
You say 14 hours, it's the
Yeah.
same thing with me going back to the States. 14 hours, about 12 to 14 hours, depending on which way.
You're going.
And economy is just brutal.
Yeah, it is, but I feel like after a while you get used to it. I was like, fine. But one day I'm gonna go to business class. One day, right?
Oh yeah.
Use the credit cards here.
Yeah.
If you can rack up the miles, you're able to upgrade to a business class.
But do you know about them though? Like, do you know how much you have to spend, or it depends on? Does it depend on the bank you get your
It
credit card
depends
from?
on the bank.
Oh, okay.
For sure. There's quite a few good banks out there. China Trust, CBDC is actually pretty good.
This is you promoting CTO.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's just because CDBC has been a very good bank for foreigners in general. They do a good job in providing English and also Chinese, national English. Chinese is very good. I hope so.
Yeah.
But English, they have actually English apps.
Oh,
Cathay, which is Cathay United Bank, is actually pretty decent. They used to actually host Costco.
Yeah, so now Costco changed the Taiwan Fubon back.
To Taipei Fubon.
Taipei Fubon.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, Taipei Fubon is actually interesting. So far, a lot of people have been a little bit not sure how to use it.
Why? Is it because of the interface, the user interface is not friendly? What is it like?
The interface, actually, the app doesn't have English.
It doesn't.
It
But
doesn't.
what if you go on Google Translate? Like you go and you try to Google Translate. Are you able?
For many, I think they use a screenshot.
Guys, I don't use screenshot, okay? I I think there's a button that you can change. I think there's a button you can change it out. I think you should Google it. I think so. Yeah.
But for me, I actually use Google Translate with the screenshot. I just screenshot my app on my
Guys,
phone.
he is ABT, right? ABT. He's putting it right up there.
No, it's actually very convenient because if you watch the screenshot, it has everything on there.
But how
entirely
accurate is
translated.
that translation? That's the thing. I feel like one of the things that I've experienced in Taiwan is like Google Translation sucks. And I mean, it's terrible. Like if you want to translate a menu, something on the menu, and you said, oh, you want this, but when you get the food, it's not exactly what you Google translated. Like, how can we get some? This is hard, man. And as a foreigner, that pushes you to you want to learn how to speak Chinese and read Chinese. So it's hard. It's hard. I like.
To be honest, my wife always tells me.
You're married. Look at that.
Yes,
You're
yes,
Taiwanese.
yes, married.
See, look at that. So your Chinese should be okay, right?
Supposedly. No. But if you really think about it, I always laugh about this. I said, most foreigners here in general, let's not say most foreigners. In general, I've heard a lot of stories where foreigners would actually end up marrying a Taiwanese wife or a Taiwanese husband. And
I would want one, guys. If anybody out there sees this video,
she's single.
I'm single. Okay, I'm
single.
single. Let's put it out there.
No, actually, they will actually say, hey, I have a translator at home. Which is their wives or husbands.
Yeah, that's so rude, right? And people actually say it, but
But to be honest, my wife always says, why do I always have to translate everything? I said, because I don't know.
Oh my goodness, the way you said that, and you was making it so public.
I'm sorry. And she says to me, it's like, hey, but if I go to America, do you need to translate stuff for me? I said, no.
Obviously not.
Obviously not, because she's very good at English.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, fine, well then you do have a point. I do need to learn Chinese.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. I feel like that's one of the things that we can touch on is that speaking, and if you're living in Taiwan, specifically Taiwan, learning Chinese is very important, because if you're over here, you're living, you don't want to just be chilling and not know how to get around,
For sure.
I know some places, they speak English, yes, but wouldn't it be nicer if we can actually communicate and have these conversations with the locals,
Yeah.
I do see like there's a shift. For example, when I go to different places and I will go and I just speak in English, they will try to find someone to come and, they're scared because they're not sure how to approach us, right?
Well, you have to realize Taiwan does have a bilingual plan. They do believe they can get everyone to be bilingual by 2030.
This 2024. But yes, you made a point. I'm not saying
There is
they're
efforts.
not. Yeah, I know. I appreciate it, right? Where they try to find someone to come out and help you. But then also in this case, like if I go, let's switch. If I go and I'm be like, okay, I'm gonna see something in Chinese. Wow.
It's amazing.
Yeah, they just started what I know is what I use, right?
Yeah.
And I would I'm conversing with them and they're like, oh, you're Chinese so good, but that's not the point. I want to communicate right now at the moment, and we are
I just want
communicating.
food.
Yeah, no, but you see, but the thing is, when they see that, their attitude, everything is so different. They feel at ease, relaxed. Wouldn't you like to have that feeling, living in that country and you able to communicate with somebody effectively? I feel like that's all you need. So that's why for me, learning Chinese is a plus. If you're living here, come on, just learn, get into the culture,
Exactly.
I feel like you make them feel at ease and you also feel at ease. If you don't understand something, then you pull out your phone, translate it. Yeah, so that for me, that's what I've been doing for some time. And when I'm just really annoyed, I'm like, I'm just gonna speak English and be like, I don't understand anything, and just, I can be that way too. But at the same time, I'll be like, you know what, Damita, they don't know. Let's help. I feel like everybody should have that mindset. Don't go with being, I'm gonna be the foreigner, play the foreigner card. No.
It's to a certain point, if you play the foreigner card, it's just for us ABTs that American-born Taiwanese.
So he's putting that up there. Yeah.
Especially for those, we have born in Taiwan. Born in America, and then there's to certain points of many of these same people like me. they come back to Taiwan and their Chinese is terrible, and they are expected to actually know it, and it's kind of daunting for a lot of people. And so for them, they don't want to visit Taiwan when they were little because they've always been forced to say, I have to learn Chinese.
But it's not a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing, but it's just like learning another language. For example, me as an educator, I always found that a lot of my students are not scared. They just are lazy or not sure or what is the purpose of learning English.
Because I feel like at this point they're just like, okay, you need to learn, you need to learn, you need to learn. They don't know why they need to learn. But I feel like if they know from the get-go, okay, when you get to grade 6 or grade 7, wherever you are, we're going to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Oh, if they know that, I feel like it would be different. They have a different mindset of learning, you know?
So are you saying that Taiwan is not yet international enough?
For, what do you mean? Like,
just in general, like are we promoting our kids to be more international, saying that, hey, there is opportunities abroad. At the same time, you can still do great, do good for your country, and still come back and innovate this place.
Yeah, exactly. So I agree with that. I feel like we could do more. You know, Taiwan could do more. And I said we there because, you know, I live in Taiwan, guys. So I'm not Taiwanese, yes, but I live in Taiwan and this is my second home. So yeah, I feel like we need to do more of that so the kids are aware why their parents are allowing them to have these extra classes or taking it very seriously. You know why they should take it seriously, because as an educator too, it's very hard when you're teaching someone who doesn't want to be there and they don't know why they're there, but they're trying their best. You know, like sometimes it's hard to juggle, like, okay, hey, you need to know this, you need to study this, and sometimes they just don't want to.
Yeah, exactly.
So I feel like it's not that they don't know how to, it's just the why, you know, why am I here, you know? And I feel maybe they have the conversation at home, but maybe it's not like embedded in it, like, okay, let's do it, you have to do why you're doing this, you know? I feel
But
like
just out of curiosity, how long have you been here?
Guys, let's not go there. Okay, alright, anyways, let me go there. Alright, so, August 30th, I think it will be my 10th year in Taiwan.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, my 10th year. And my Chinese sucks, guys. It's really bad. But I can understand a little bit. So yeah, I think I'm okay. But for this year, I'm planning to actually, you know, be better at speaking, you know, with the locals. You know, that's one
That's good.
Yeah.
Actually, for me, I've been actually suggested mildly, I would say kindly. I've actually been suggested kindly. I don't want to say bad things. She has mentioned to me that I need to start speaking and start learning the basics of reading and writing.
So then let me ask, when you were younger, because you were born in Taiwan, right?
No,
Wait,
in America.
Okay, ABT.
Yes.
America. Yeah, I put it out there. Okay, good. So your family was in Taiwan, in the United States as well.
Yes.
Right.
So my parents actually, for them, their story is this: that they were married in Taiwan. Then they found that themselves that they want to have a better opportunity.
Yeah.
And so they decided to move to America.
The land of dreams, opportunities.
Yes. It is still a good country.
Yeah.
Regardless of what people say. I know we have a lot of faults and things that goes on with my country, but America still has a lot of opportunities.
It's where you actually want to, you have to find it yourself. And I can't stress that enough, is that a lot of people don't realize that when you go to a new country, there's a lot of opportunities. You just don't know where to find it.
Yeah.
And so my parents actually decided to go to America and put themselves, found this family unit that they want, and hopefully many generations to be in the United States. Little did I know that in age 30, I would move to Taiwan.
Okay, so let's get back to that. So while you were growing up, right, did your parents speak to you in Chinese, Taiwanese?
Actually, they taught me Taiwanese.
So then that means you're okay with communicating in Taiwanese, right?
Yes. So I became fluent in Taiwanese, and also fluent in English because I learned it in school and whatnot. And so, but
that's good.
it is good. Actually, no one thought that China would become China right now. Back a long time ago, I also took Espanol. So for me, how about Espanol un poco? Un poco, little bit. And so for me, I found myself that I think that I wanted to speak more Chinese, but I didn't have a chance or the environment. The only thing was Saturday schools. In America, we have Chinese school on Saturdays. It's very, very.
How long is it?
Well, 3 hours, 4 hours in the morning.
Oh my goodness, that's a lot.
It is.
But it's only on Saturday. So what? By the next week, you already forget everything that you learned.
Pretty
right?
much.
Yeah, exactly. That's when I came to Taiwan. I was on a specific scholarship where you can get classes, and you, based on your school, right?
Yeah.
So my school offered classes every Monday, and it was 3 hours, 6 to 9. Now, by the next week, I forgot everything I learned because, come on, it was only 3 hours. So if you wanted to do more, you had to push yourself to take extra classes or find friends outside and have these classes, like just talk. For me, how I know a lot of Chinese, I'm ashamed to say it, but guys, I used to be a party girl, so I used to party a lot. And when I go out to these places, you meet Taiwanese, and they love to meet somebody new, right? Because you see my face, I'm very different, guys. Yeah. So they see someone new, and then they would just talk to you, and they assume that you know Chinese, and when you don't, you just start to, communicate. And then that's how all the conversations, like I know basically about interacting with the locals, right? People your own age, sometimes it would be older people, but at the same time, what are the chances that I'm gonna be out there all the time, Well, I was younger then, guys, so I was out there a lot. But you see, now I'm not there. Like I feel like I'm not,
Well, for me, I had the same experience in Mexico when I actually went there as a party person. So but for me, I found myself going to Mexico a few times, and I said to myself, "Wow, Spanish is beneficial.
Yeah, it is.
It is a language that I could use, so I won't get lost and be stuck in Mexico when I'm drunk."
See, and then that's the thing. If you look at it now, around the world, right? People are using what? English, Chinese, and Spanish. These three. Soon they're not going to be English, and it's going to just be Chinese and Spanish. Can you imagine? Can you imagine that?
No,
that's really, but Chinese, wow.
But Chinese is very limited per se because they're mostly in. When it comes down to it, the Chinese people haven't really been expanding so much.
They're not. They're everywhere. Everywhere you go, there's a Chinese community.
If there's a Chinese community, they have a different type of community. There are different types. For example, Cantonese people, they don't really speak Mandarin. They speak Cantonese.
Like one time I went home, right? So like, okay, my first year in Taiwan, I was studying Mandarin, Chinese guys. So I got home, I was like, okay, most of the Belizeans at home, Chinese-owned stores, right? They're basically Cantonese, right? Cantonese Chinese.
Mostly,
Okay. So I went to the store and be like, okay, I'm gonna talk about what I know, and this guy just looked at me like, what are you saying? Like, I was really communicating what I learned, and he was like, I know what I'm saying, right? So I'm like, wait, what is this? And then when I went to Hong Kong, I saw the characters and everything, and I know these characters because I learned traditional in Taiwan, and I saw some traditional characters, right? But the way they're speaking is totally different from what I know. Like the pronunciation is totally different. I was like, what is going on? So what am I learning Taiwan is not correct? That's what I was thinking, right? Because then I realized, Damita, they are different people.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it's not like ding like a ding moment. Like
you'd be surprised. In Hong Kong, they actually do not like to speak Mandarin. They will strictly speak Cantonese. And it's funny because they will equate you, like they will make you say, hey, look, you speak Mandarin, that means you're from the mainland, which they have this. We won't talk about it, but it's a little bit spicy over there with both Hong Kongers Uyghurs and the mainlanders.
Stay tuned for another talk about that, guys.
So, hold on a second. Okay, so
Where were we?
where were we?
I think the last time we spoke about how spicy it is over there.
Oh, okay.
That was it. Yeah. I think we stopped there.
Gonna stop. All right. So, with that in mind, Cantonese in general, most people will speak Cantonese, and then some people will speak Mandarin, and some people have other dialects. China has many dialects. Even they have what we call Hokkien or Fujian province talk, which is actually very similar to Taiwanese.
Yes, you see, that's what I heard, because I know I heard that word before.
Yeah.
Hokkien, yeah. Oh.
No, Fujian province, Fujian talk.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, you're telling me now that we're not gonna get into it.
No, of course.
I feel like they came over,
No, of course. There's a lot of immigrants. Just like
Yeah.
English was brought over by the British, came to America, so now we became American English. There's a lot of different types of English, for sure. We have British English, we have American English. We also have different types of English out there.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
Because I feel like there's a lot of ways of speaking, and I'm sometimes like, wait, I never heard that word before.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And the thing is, so since I was raised in Belize, right,
Yeah.
I went to this all-girls school, right?
Yeah.
So basically, the education system back home is basically you get you learn the American way, and you also learn the British way too.
Yeah.
So our books were British literature, right? Because I went to this school, right?
Yeah.
And then our how to say, the worldview or the way we look into life was almost like Americanized, you know. So it's like we got like it was too hard to know. Okay, how do I type this word? How do I say this word? Because if I'm looking at it this way, it could be said the British way, or I can write it the American spelling as well too. So it was a lot of confusion, but at the same time, it was easy for me to, hey, it's just English, at the end of the day, right?
Yeah.
So even when I'm speaking too, it's like sometimes I need to slow it down because someone might not understand what I'm saying, especially our accent, because everybody has a specific accent.
There's a lot of different accents.
Yeah. So like, come on, I don't have an American accent, but
just America in general, we have different types of accents.
Yes, right. So it's like the South.
The South.
Give me how do they?
Yeah.
You wanna?
I'm gonna get grilled on this.
Okay, never mind that.
But for us SoCal, because I'm from Southern California, and we tend to have this laid back attitude when we're speaking. We don't usually speak very fast. We speak very slow. Sometimes we slur our words. Sometimes we say dude a lot. And at some point we might say, oh, that's we don't really say hecka. That's more of Northern Californians.
Okay.
I've actually heard that a lot.
Hecka?
Hecka or hella.
What's hecka?
Like hella good.
Hella good.
Yeah, that's hella good.
Heck.
Hecka good.
Okay. Yeah.
And then,
I heard that in Belize too.
Yeah, it's so weird. It's like funny how that goes. And then for SoCal, we say, dude, that dude, that's awesome. Dude, that's good.
Yeah.
And you say, dude. I'm like,
Dude in a lot.
Yeah, we say
that's
dude a
for
lot.
California, right?
SoCal.
Okay.
Southern Californians.
Okay.
So we say that a lot. Actually, I do say that a lot.
Yeah, you
But now in Taiwan.
You say dude a lot.
Really?
Yeah, you do.
I don't actually remember saying dude because it has become ingrained in my brain. So I feel very used to saying that. But for me, I think that language in general, with the accents and dialects, is a big thing. It's hard for us to actually learn. So going back to Chinese school, I told myself, I said, bear in mind, this is when I was younger.
How old were you thinking?
I think it was about the kids that I teach, about 5th or 6th grade.
Oh, okay.
And for me, I just wanted to play baseball. On Saturday mornings, most of my friends went to play baseball. And then my parents said, hey, you gotta learn Chinese. It's very important. I said,
but just saying important and not saying why is it important. I think that's
Bear in mind, this is 1990s.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're old.
Yeah, I'm old. Yeah,
Oh,
thank
it's
you.
okay.
Thank you. But if you really take a look at this mindset of 1990s, did we even hear about China? Not at all. And so I kept telling my parents, why? And my parents would say, oh, it's good to at least learn the language
I
of
think
your
that was
heritage or something. I said, no, I want to play baseball. I love baseball. I love sports. And a lot of my friends play sports. Now, you're basically asking me to go to school on a Saturday. I've already been to school 5 days a week, and on a Saturday you want me to go and learn another language?
Oh man, that's a lot.
It's tough on kids.
Especially,
And so, yeah.
I
and
feel for you.
exactly. So I think that a lot of, I would say, Taiwanese Americans, especially ABTs, or even those who are born in Taiwan, moved to America at a young age. They didn't want to do this. They felt kind of disconnected. They said, well, if I learn Chinese, what is the point?
So how about finding people that are also ABTs and put your child around that person? Like what is that? Do you have community?
Yes, there
there?
are actually a lot of people who
See?
actually hung up with each other.
Well, how did you feel during that time? Because I feel like it's tough.
Actually, most of my friends were white.
Okay. so you see, this is the problem is because okay, you're in a foreign country. Well, you're in your country,
Yeah.
and it's foreign to you when you come back. When you came back to Taiwan, because you never been in Taiwan, right?
No, never.
Never. So to learn the language, okay, I see.
So there was a lot of cultural shock when I
Yeah.
actually decided to make the
Cultural
leap
shock.
to move to Taiwan.
Oh man, I think this year is a year where you learn the language. You know, I'm
Yeah,
hoping
exactly.
that you can learn. Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah. So I've been here for 10 years.
Oh wow, so
Exactly
sweet.
with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you
So-
see, this is what I don't under. Well, okay, good. 10 years. I see some people who come back, ABTs, right? They come back to Taiwan. Let's say they don't know, they only like speak Taiwanese, and they come back in 2, 3, 4 months. They're speaking. How is it? Is it that we are not as fortunate as they are?
I think it's
or is
an environment.
Okay.
Because you put yourself into an environment that when you're learning a new language, or even, it's like riding a bicycle. Some words and some phrases you are accustomed to or maybe used to, but at the same time, you get to the point where, oh, I need that environment to actually help encourage me to keep speaking.
So when you came back to Taiwan, did you have that environment? That's the thing. Because I can tell you, when I switched from the Taiwanese environment and I just went to foreigners, like it was bye-bye Chinese, just like that.
I think I mostly created my own environment.
Okay.
How I did that was, instead of actually embracing Chinese first, I went to my crutch. My handicap was, well, my crutch was basically Taiwanese. I knew how to speak Taiwanese. And so whenever someone says, hey, 你会讲中文? I said, oh, 要讲台语. And they're like, whoa, you can speak Taiwanese? I said, yes, I can speak Taiwanese. And they just started conversing with me so fast that to a point where, I don't need to learn Chinese.
And how did that feel? Like, did that suddenly, like, you see, that's the problem.
It
You got
became
comfortable,
easy for
yeah.
me to
You got comfortable.
get comfortable. And then got to a point where, do I need to learn Chinese?
Wait, so you're really fluent in Taiwanese?
Yes.
You are?
Yes.
Like, if I get some people right now to talk to you, and
Yes.
some old, like, grandmas or aunties, and you can converse.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how different is it from Taiwanese? From Taiwanese to Chinese, like how different is it? Really far?
Okay, let's use one phrase.
Okay.
Okay, this phrase is actually you can learn.
Yeah, teach me words. The only word I know
Exactly.
is Zimbabwe. That's
Well,
the only
okay,
one.
well-
What does Zimbabwe mean again?
Okay, well,
This is the only one.
Speaking of that, this is the perfect phrase.
Uh-huh.
Now, many of us in America would say, "What's up?" I say,
What's up?
"How
What's
about
up?
what's up?"
What's up?
Most cases, you do not need to answer me. Nothing much.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Yeah, you see the
So-
the head, yeah, head bob.
yeah, head bob.
Yeah.
But head bob is to the top. We don't do it to the bottom.
Okay, so like this.
So
yeah.
we do like this. So
Oh. So how does a,
So,
like
yeah.
a female does it? Like, is it the same?
No, females would be like.
No.
No.
Mm.
I'm not a female, so I don't know.
Oh, but you see, you were from America. You should know.
In most cases, I don't really see females saying "What's up." They just say "Hey, hey."
Oh, okay. Hi.
Hi.
Yeah, I know some hi.
Yeah, very cute hi. A little bit.
Yeah.
But in most cases, like in Taiwan, I actually noticed this recently. I said, when we say hi to each other, we say "Ni hao." We actually bow. We actually go down. And then this is the funny part. My wife told me that, hey, I said, why do Taiwanese people do this and Americans do this? And then do you know what my wife said?
What did she say?
Because you're Americans and for yourself. And I said,
Well, self-interest, yeah.
yeah, a little bit. We walk with swag.
So when you bow, you're showing like the reverence, right?
Or
Like,
the modesty and
yeah,
humbleness.
hey. Oh.
So in general, if you really think about Taiwanese people are very humble. And I've actually seen that when I came to Taiwan. I've seen how great the people are. They're very humble. They're very nice to each other.
That's no cap. That's true. That's true.
Of course, when we get to the driving part, that's a whole another episode.
I have some stories.
Oh, I have many
ride
stories.
scooter, so. Oh yes, I know you should.
We have many stories.
Okay.
We'll definitely talk about that another day. But for example, we would say ni hao as in greeting. But when you just mentioned this, jababe, it's basically have you eaten yet?
Okay.
So in Taiwanese people, they don't say hi. They say liu jaba.
What?
Liu jaba.
Say it slowly. I want to say it.
Li
Li,
because of you.
Li or Ni?
Ni.
Oh,
But no, Ni is Chinese and Li is Taiwanese.
Okay. So
Li u jaba.
Li
U jaba.
Jaba.
Right.
Li u Jaba.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Have you eaten? Yeah.
Li u Jaba.
Yeah. Have you eaten yet?
Oh.
Have you been
Do you
eaten
say
full?
ma like amended the word ma at the end?
No.
No, just li u Jaba.
Yeah. Liu
That's it.
jaba.
Oh.
And it's a very common question asked by Taiwanese people. They it's like a courtesy. Because especially when they have people come to your household or you go to people's houses and or maybe when they see you for a long time, they haven't seen you for a long time, they say, hey, Damita, you jaba. And then you said, yeah, I have. If they don't, you say, no, I haven't eaten yet. They say, oh, here, they will bring some snacks to you.
Yeah, that's very different in my culture because you see, since you mentioned that when you go to someone's house, automatically you get something. Like they would ask you, oh, you want something, or they would just come and bring something for you, right? Or they would bring a cup for you with something to drink, you know?
It's funny because in Taiwan, when I go to people's houses, it's not just drinks. There's food, there's snacks, there's cake.
Everything.
Cake, there's so much cake.
And tea.
Every single time there's cake. And it's amazing. I love it because it has this hospitality that allows us to feel at home.
How respectful it is
yeah.
that they ask if you want something, and sometimes they just, that's good because you just get in, take off your shoe because you also have to leave your shoe outside,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Or inside, you walk in with, and that was a big culture shock, guys. It's something small as that you take off your shoe. What if you were walking all day, right?
Yeah.
And your feet smell, it's too smelly, right? You get in that house and you have to take off your shoe. Oh my goodness.
My mom always says this: what if you tracked home dog poop and pee and dog poop and pee? And to be honest, my mom and dad wasn't fond of having dogs until at this later age I decided to have a Shiba Inu in Taiwan and or Taichung. And my parents got better in understanding and accepting of my dog and dogs in general. Now back in the States, they will come and see dogs and say, oh, can I pet it? And they have become more friendlier to dogs.
Yeah, this is true.
But the funny thing is, most Taiwanese people are afraid of dogs.
they are afraid of dogs because of the stray dogs that we have in
You
Taiwan.
guys don't have stray dogs. Don't say stray dogs. You haven't seen Belize yet with stray dogs.
It got better. It got better.
Okay.
It used to be very bad.
I rarely like see stray dogs. What I would see would be a prom
Yeah.
and a dog inside, and they push in the prom, if it's a dog or a
That's
cat on the back.
2024.
Yeah, no, that's 2024. 2024 just started. I've been seeing this.
But if
So-
you say 20 years or 30 years ago, actually,
Okay.
where my parents grew up at maybe 50, 40 years ago in Taiwan, they actually didn't enjoy it because a lot of dogs would chase after people. And it's funny because we still hear some stories in the countryside where
Oh, yeah, for
the
sure.
dogs were maul a little girl or a little boy. And
Is that serious? See, I don't see it because we're in the city.
we're in the city. The city's gotten better. It used to be very bad, but now it got better. People are much more responsible. They actually understand. They're educated about.
I guess, like, since you said that, one thing as I want to put out there, like, I see Taiwanese, they're very appreciative, you know, of their environment. Why did I say that? Because if a dog poop on the street, there's a little bag. They have these little cute bags and pouches to pick it up, put it in. Back home, you see that there, they did that there, whatever. You walk in that, right?
Yeah.
But they pick it up. Like, it's actually a law, right? That you have
Yeah,
to pick it up.
it's actually a
And-
fine.
and- yeah, and they fine too, right? And they pick it up and you put it in. So when I had to babysit, you say babysit? You take over a dog.
Oh,
like,
pet sitting.
Pet sitting, yes. So, guys, there's a word for everything, right? So, anyways, so I had to pet sit my friend's dog, right? And this dog just, I was like, what am I supposed to do? This was very serious because it's the first time I am walking the dog, right? I love the dog, don't get me wrong, right? But he decided to just poop right there, right? So there's a bag. So it was my first time I had to pick that up.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and then put it in. Like, I felt like, oh, it can, you know, so natural. You just put your head down and you just put it. Yeah. So then after that, I'm like, this is
Pretty
humbling.
easy.
Yeah, a humbling experience.
Yeah.
I'm picking up poop.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Getting ready for diapers, maybe.
Oh
in the
no,
future.
not that yet. But what I'm saying, like, just to stress my point, is how these people care about their environment and where they are. I don't think it's just because of the law. I feel like they have a lot of respect for their environment, you know, and making sure that wherever you walk or just in general, like, this is home, let's take care of home.
Yeah.
And I feel like I've been living in Taiwan for 10 years. Every time I go home, I try to take what I learned and I try to use it at home.
Yeah.
And some people look at me like, what? Because sometimes, you know, like garbage, especially garbage disposal and stuff, you go home and you see everybody just throwing their stuff on the floor. Why is it that you're doing that? Why are you littering? Like, somebody else has to clean up after your mess. Yes, don't get me wrong, that's the person's job, right? But you know, in your mind, you know that you can properly dispose of it, you know, like, you know. So, like, I would just tell someone, no, you pick it up. If I see it, you pick it up. And they look at me like, hey, are you from here? Like, oh, why? But, like,
Exactly.
come on, my thing is, like, if we want our country to be better, and it starts with us, you know, the simple thing that picking
At
up
the
the
end of the day,
trash.
it's not country, it's the earth itself.
Yeah, general the earth, right?
I mean, every
People are coming in to
every
see it.
country is having this type of issue with
Yeah.
littering and trash and pollution.
But for me,
But the thing everyone always says is this: you live in this place. This is the earth. Why don't you take care of it?
yeah, see, that's living over here. I get to appreciate how the culture is, and it's not only Taiwan. When I go to other Asian
Countries.
yeah, they are, well, some of them, not all of them, but to some extent, you see that the way they go out of making sure everything is in order, everything is clean, you know, you feel at home, to be honest. When I go home and I experience that, I'm like, you know what, I want to go back. Like, you really want to go back, you want to be comfortable. Like, you go home and be like, this is not it. There's a lot we can do to make sure home is better.
Yeah.
And it starts with the simple thing is picking up garbage. Like, there's a lot. And for me, that's one of the things. So since you mentioned that about how, we're talking about ilokwa. What's the word again? If you eat it yet.
Yeah, jump on.
How they, you know, they would go down or, you know, single, that how humble they are.
It's just the subtle differences that we see, especially the culture. We don't really actually see it if we don't actually.
If you're not in it, that's true. Yeah, because you can just say it, but like if you're not experiencing it.
Exactly. Like for example, I think that there's a big subtle differences with if you know how to speak Taiwanese and if you know how to speak Mandarin. Many Taiwanese people will actually be more. It seems friendlier.
Really?
Even more
like
family-like if you speak Taiwanese.
Oh, okay. Because for me, when I speak Mandarin to someone, I feel like they're more friendly too.
Yeah.
I feel because I didn't use English, like this person is talking. That's how I feel. I feel different. So that's how you feel when you're actually speaking Taiwanese.
Because I think it's we take that extra step. Like you and I will take the extra step to learn this language to be able to.
Because you want to show them respect.
Exactly. We want to be able to want to communicate with this person, even though we just want a beef noodle soup. Say I just wanted one bowl, just one bowl. But of course, you have to say, hey, can I? Boss lady, can I actually have this beef noodle soup? And how much is it? And how much do I need to pay you for it?
Do I pay before or after?
Yeah,
like all these things.
Especially to go or eat in. And there's a lot of words that you just have to memorize. And I think that it is a common misconception that us foreigners, we're not supposed to speak another language.
Sorry, say it again.
There's a misconception that a lot of, especially in education and in your education.
Same.
Okay. So as teachers, we were actually have students and say, "Oh, you speak Chinese," and I said to them, "But aren't we supposed to be living here, communicating with the language of your people?"
And that's the point. Like I like that you tell them that. For me, I don't say it because I feel like once you start, and then maybe we can try, but as soon as we say we do, I feel like that they stop, that limit their chances of improving English or practicing because they know, teacher's gonna help me anyways because teacher knows Chinese or.
Well, here's the thing. To be fair, I don't speak Chinese at all.
Okay.
I say Taipei.
Okay, I don't say Taipei. Okay. But still, so
and they say, "Oh, you speak Chinese."
So just a word. See, I think.
Taichung. I speak Chinese.
Yeah. Okay, now I get what you're saying. So for you feel as we're all here to learn Chinese, right? You're not gonna be.
I won't say that we all are here to learn Chinese, but I think that as educators. We should know a lot of languages and a lot of we should
like your poquito español.
Un poco. But a lot of teachers should have multiple languages. They're bilingual or trilingual or what was that? Polygist. Like there's
I know you know a lot of languages.
There's a term that multiple languages.
You need to Google that.
I have to Google that. Yeah. But to be honest, if you really look at teachers as a whole, if you want to connect with your students, you have to also learn their native language.
Sure.
So we can understand why they would say certain things in English. Just like for me, when I speak Chinese or Taiwanese, there are times when I use English grammar or English structure. And so at that point, most people will say, "I don't know what you're saying." And I said, again, slowly. And then those who actually have learned a little bit of English, they will understand what I'm trying to say in Chinese or in Taiwanese. Because I'm using English structure.
Yeah. You break it down like simple.
Yeah, and so I think that that's a big
but don't
factor.
you find yourself when you converse with other people now, you're talking like that too? Because you teach your kids like that, and then when you're out there talking to your friends, you're like what am I saying?
Exactly.
Because that's what you use all the time, and try to make sure they understand. Because as an educator, you want them to understand, and you're teaching them. So for me, I'm a little bit scared. But if I go out and I talk like that, and then everyone look at me like, what are you saying? What's going on?
Because if you really look into the aspects of going outside
speaking, and then as an educator speaking to students, we're two different people.
Yeah,
We should
be.
We should
We
be.
should be.
Because we don't say certain things in classrooms. At the same time, we don't say certain things from outside that aren't said in the classroom.
Yeah, for sure.
And then I think that as students, they should actually understand and appreciate the fact that we try to learn some Chinese because we actually understand why they will actually say certain things. So for example, they will say, "Can I borrow this tape?"
This
And
one
I said to myself, I said,
since
okay,
you said that,
you said borrow the tape. That means you want to take the tape with you, and then after you're done, paste it onto the box or whatever the paper, take it, rip it off, and give it back to me. And for in Taiwanese or Chinese, there was a can I literally can I borrow that tape? And they're not actually saying the tape itself. They're saying, can I borrow this tape thing, this tape dispenser with the tape in it? But that's why you have to learn a little bit of Chinese to understand what they're trying to say. Why would you say this? And then now we as educators, we can actually.
Can you borrow me?
Yeah. They borrow me.
Yeah.
I love they always borrow me.
Yeah.
And I'm afraid that we won't have too much time at the moment, but we will see Damita quite often, I'm sure. And on our next episodes or other episodes, I hope that you guys can enjoy this podcast and also break time or Sourcey with ABT Bro, Mego Dogger, and Damita. Be sure to subscribe and like our videos. Thank you. Down there. Ding ding.